Hi guys, my name's James Stratton.
I'm Bradley Goldberg.
And what we're here to do today is explain to you exactly how we research and trade these low value, low market cap cryptocurrency coins and tokens. Now, when it comes to these coins and tokens, you have to trade with a large degree of carefulness, and doing your own research is very, very important. The volatility is massive. This means that the returns, as we've seen, can be great. However, the downside can also be very, very large. So first of all, before we go into anything, while we are traders, we're not financial advisors, are we?
No.
So do your own research, do your own due diligence. And for me, my strategy is always to take my initial investment out as soon as possible and let the rest go.
We've, stopping you quickly there, James, obviously we've got in a few coins now, a lot recommended by yourself.
Yeah.
And we've seen sort of 10x, 20x times returns.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you cash out at the right point, I think that's the key.
I think cashing out at the right point is the key. I'm guilty, as I'm sure a lot of people are out there, of hoping it's going to go a lot further.
Yeah.
But more recently, I've seen the value of getting out. Once you get that profit, get out. If you want to leave a little bit go, let a little bit go. But I think what we found more recently, especially with last in the background there, EnergyX.
Yeah.
Entry is really, really important as well. It's all good and well jumping into these coins when you hear people talking about it, but essentially anyone that's talking about it is already in the coin and they want you.
Well, that's why we did this video today. We've had loads of questions on it. What exactly we're looking out for when we're getting into a coin. And I think that you're there spot on. Where we've made our money on these coins is our entry, and that is, for example, Burn 1 we got in right at the beginning.
Yeah, 0.4.
And EnergyX once again. So EnergyX we actually put money into. It went down to 0.
Yeah.
We put more money into it because we knew that the value, the risk
reward. It was a good coin.
It's the risk reward on that coin. It was a good coin, and we've got 10x out of it again.
Today.
Exactly. So and there are other aspects we look at, and James, obviously you'll go into more detail.
Yeah. So when I say it's a good coin, there's a lot of factors that can make a coin or a token a good coin or a bad coin, and essentially, we don't fully know. It's only educated, guesswork really. But it's a matter of kind of going through the motions of looking at what can make something credible. Very much like when you trade penny stocks.
Yeah.
You want to look at, these are going to be high volatility, but which of these are going to come with the lowest amount of risk. So things that I like to look for is, I'll always look on the charts and I'll have a look at how it's trading, how it's moving. I'll look at the volume that's going through it, what kind of transactions, because with these cryptos, you've seen it's fully open for you to see every single transaction, which is fantastic. So I'll look at that. I'll look at BSC scan, because most of these coins are on the BSC network. I'll look at BSC scan, so I'll look at how many holders there are. I'll look at the percentage that those holders actually hold.
I think moving forward, I like to look at is what the percentage of those owners are holding.
Yeah.
And you just be aware if the owners are staying in the coin, you're in a good coin.
Yeah, like today it's a great example, great time to do the video. EnergyX, the owners locked their liquidity for 100 years, which essentially, as much as you can make crypto rug pull safe, it is a rug pull safe. Just so you know, guys, if any of you are new, a rug pull is essentially where the owners have a large amount of the coins, they pump the coin up and then they take their amount out, and with it being unregulated in that sense, it's very hard to govern.
And we've seen that many a times. Basically, the owners take the liquidity out of the coin. You therefore, even if it was up, you can't get out of the coin itself. The value goes to 0 effectively.
And that's why it's important with these investments. Only ever trade with the amount of money that you have available. Don't trade with more than you can afford, but also try and get your investment seen out as quickly as possible. I think it's really, really important.
I think the key to these coins is there a strategy behind it? Like you say, we do our research on every coin. There is no real strategy. At the end of the day, it's a risk reward punt, and the risk reward is fantastic.
Yeah, it's just a matter of looking for things like use cases. Is there a use case for the token? SafeMoon was a great example. They had a great development team. They were very open. That's another thing that's really good as well. Having an open and doxed, that's the term they use, a doxed team, which means that they're showing their faces, they're showing who they are. Again, makes it much less likely to be a rug pull, otherwise people will be knocking on their doors. And just looking for validity in a project. Looking at Telegram, what's their Telegram like? Do they have a lot of followers on their Telegram group? Is it really interactive?
Yeah.
Again, going back to the charts, how frequent are the transactions? Is it getting a consistent amount of transactions?
Obviously another key thing we look at is we actually follow the key crypto influencers on YouTube and Twitter, and we set notifications on exactly when they're posting.
Yeah.
So we get them alerts straight away. So if a big influencer's shouting out a new coin, we're the first
Bonfire.
one. Exactly.
Bonfire.
If you look at Bonfire, we got what 10x out of Bonfire.
10x,
SafeMoon was the same.
SafeMoon was the first one.
And then Burn One done 10x.
Yeah.
So nearly every coin that does then push on has a big influencer shout them out on YouTube. But you have to be the first ones to react.
Yeah. And if you are wondering about who those people are, a couple of them was Mcash was very recently did a couple on Burn One. Connor Kenny, he was the one that did the SafeMoon and the Bonfire ones, and they've got a big following. When a YouTuber has a big following and they talk in a positive manner about a coin, a lot of the time that following is very loyal and they'll go and buy that coin very, very quickly. So always keep your YouTube notifications on.
We actually have a full list in our crypto section on our beginners course.
Yeah.
I bought that.
And the other thing as well I wanted to mention is CoinMarketCap.
Yeah.
So a lot of these coins that we get into, Bonfire, Burn One, EnergyX, a number of others, we get into them before they've been listed on CoinMarketCap. And what we've always seen, CoinMarketCap, if you haven't seen it, guys, it's a very, very popular crypto website that lists biggest gainers, biggest losers of the day. Very much like your general kind of stocks and shares.
Rises and falls.
Yeah, exactly. And it lists the charts and everything else. So they can't list every single brand new token on there because there's so many being created every single day. So for a token to get to the stage where CoinMarketCap will list it on there, it's another step in level of credibility. But also what it is a massive amount of exposure. Yeah. And we've seen the liquidity increase massively, the volume of trading.
And that's when normally you get that spike, or that they then become on the rise as soon as they get listed on it.
Yeah, so keeping an eye on what's being listed. If there was a way of knowing exactly what was being listed and when it was being listed on CoinMarketCap, that would be gold dust.
We'll be rich.
I don't think I think they're probably rich from it, but I don't think we've got access to that as of yet. But no, it's really just about doing your research. Not just kind of jumping on the hype and having a look and just getting involved. It's your money. You've worked hard for it, so don't just do one or two of those things. I've been guilty of it a couple of times, and it comes back to sting you because, just as an example, just so it's not all great stories. There was one that I got into. I jumped into it, didn't check out the Telegram, went onto the Telegram to find out that the developer had pulled himself out of it and decided he couldn't be bothered to do anything. So that's a costly mistake.
These coins are at your own risk. We all know that.
Yeah.
But the risk reward on them, you get into 5 or 6 different coins, one takes off and you get your 10x, and you make your money out of it. So it's definitely worthwhile.
Yeah, no, it's been a good few months, and even with what's happening with Bitcoin, we're still seeing some moves. So hopefully once kind of Elon Musk stops tweeting about Bitcoin and everything else, and the market starts moving up, hopefully we'll see some bigger gains moving through the summer.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll be posting our next coin that we're looking at shortly on our YouTube channel. Yeah, and
if you are interested in knowing how to buy them, a lot of the time it is through your Trust Wallet, PancakeSwap. There are a couple of videos. I know they are specific for Bonfire and for Burn One, but they work exactly the same for any of these BSC scanned coins. So feel free to have a look and go through those. And guys, if you do like the content and you do want to hear more about the cryptos that we're looking at, like, subscribe, comment. And as we do with the big influencers, click on the notification bell so you can know when our next video is coming out.
Cheers, James. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.